Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Trav back with another video. For today's video, as you can see in front of me, we are going to be talking about the top 5 point guards in the NBA today. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on who is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and I'll be giving you guys my reasons why I believe so. So let's hop right into it. At number 5, we have Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is 29 years old right now. He's 9 years in the league. He averaged 25.4 points a game, 10.1 rebounds, and 10.3 assists last year, a triple-double. He also had a triple-double the year before that. Why do I have number 5, Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook is the best attacker of the rim, in my opinion. I think he's number 5 because he's a do-it-himself type guy. What I mean by that is he wants to do everything by himself. He's shown when he has other stars around him that he's gonna get the ball first. He's gonna get his shots first. Last year he had Paul George and Carmelo Anthony next to him, and it didn't work out well. It just didn't. They made the playoffs, but they lost in the first round to the Utah Jazz. They lost to Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. I know the assists show that he passes the ball, but if you look at last year, he took over 500 shots more than Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. He took more than 500 shots than both of them. That's insane. Paul George is a number 1 on people's teams for sure, and Russell Westbrook's taking over 500 more shots than him. That's just crazy. I think Russ is just too much of a ball hog. I mean, I think he needs to give up the ball more in order to be one of the more elite point guards. He depends too much on his athleticism to get him through. He's not the greatest shooter, but overall he's good enough to be number 5. Number 4, I have Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, he's 26 years old. He's been in the league for 6 years. He averaged 24.4, 3.8 rebounds and 5.1 assists last year. He's a one-time NBA champion with LeBron James and the Cavs. He's currently with the Boston Celtics. I think he's the best ball handler in the league. I think he could be better at giving the ball up. He tries to be too flashy sometimes. He tries to, use his great ball handling skills and go one-on-one with people most of the time. I think he's number 4 because he's had some injuries. He shows he's a clutch player. I'll give him that. But there are times where he doesn't show up. Last year, like I said, he was hurt. He got hurt and he was gone for the entire playoffs when the Celtics needed him most. I think the year before that he was also hurt when the Celtics needed him. He wasn't there for the playoffs. Kyrie is an all-star. He is. But do I think he deserves to be 1, 2, or 3 on this list? No. You can see other guys on this list that are on here. I don't think he's better than them. I don't. He's never had 10 assists or more averaged. He's a scorer. That's what he does. I think he lacks defense. I think he lacks giving the ball up, just like Russell Westbrook. But he's a scorer. That's what helps him. That's what overtakes the assist part. His rebounds are low. As you can see, 3.8 last year. But like I said, it's the scoring that helps him out the most. It's what gives him number 4 on this list. Number 3, I have Dame Lillard. It's Dame time right now. He's 28 years old. He's been in the league for 5 years. I don't know why I keep doing that. He averaged 26.9, 4.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists. Dame Lillard, in my opinion, is the best scorer in the league. He's the best one-on-one point guard scorer in the league, in my opinion. Dame, he and McCollum have been together. He and CJ McCollum have been together for a few years now, more than a few years, and they can't seem to get it done. In my opinion, I don't think he's had the help that he needs, that he and McCollum needs, but it's still no excuse to not be getting things done. They got swept in the first round as a 4 seed. They got swept, or a 3 seed. They were the 3 seed, and they got swept in the first round by the New Orleans Pelicans last year. That's pretty embarrassing for a 3 seed. He's been with Portland his entire career. He's been a scorer his entire career. Like I said, I think he's the best scorer. I think he needs to learn how to give the ball up a little bit more. I do think he is an exceptional defender. I think he does pretty well with defending. I do think he needs to be better at coming up clutch. I do think he needs to be better at that. He's shown that he can disappear, like last year in the playoffs. Jrue Holiday did very, very well on him. Very well guarding him. And it was just him and McCollum. I understand he has no help, but he and McCollum need to step up. They need to step up. They need to be better. Dame was not that great last year, but do I think overall he's the third best point guard in the league? Yes, I do. I do think he's better than Kyrie, and I do think he's better than Russ. I think he has traits that Kyrie and Russ don't possess. That's why I have him third on this list. Number 2, I have Steph Curry. I know some of you are going to be saying he should be number 1, but I think he's number 2. Let me explain why. Steph is 29 years old. He's been in the league for 8 years. He's a 3-time NBA champion. He averaged 26.4 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 6.1 assists last year. He's the best shooter in the league, hands down. He lacks defense. Do I think he's a great floor general? No, I don't. I have him on 2. I have him 2 on this list for a reason. Because of his scoring ability. He's, like I say, he's the best shooter in the league. He's an exceptional driver. But can he be locked up at times? Yes, he can. Steph Curry is number 2 on this list because of the leadership he possesses. He's surrounded by guys like Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. He's had exceptional help, but he does show up when times matter. There are times where he doesn't, but most of the time he does show up. I don't think he's the best floor general in the league. I think he's surrounded by great players, so that's why he's good. Moving on to number 1, you guys already know who it is. Chris Paul. I don't want to hear it's the biased. I'm not biased on this. Trust me, I'm not. I really do think Chris Paul is the best point guard in the NBA, and let me explain why. Chris Paul has been in the league for 12 years. He's 33 years old. He's a 12-year veteran. Okay, he averaged 18.6 points a game, 5.4 rebounds, 7.9 assists. That was probably one of his career lows in assists. Okay, I think he's the best floor general in the league. He's hit 10 assists or more average 6 times in his career. That's insane. That's insane for a point guard. Chris Paul is what a point guard represents. When you think of a point guard, you think of passing, you think of ball handling, you think of leadership, you think of controlling the game. Chris Paul is the best at almost all of those except ball handling. Kyrie is the best ball handling in the league. But Chris Paul is the best at controlling the clock. He's the best at controlling a game. When you get down in the late situations with like 8 minutes to go, up by 6, Chris Paul is going to get the best shot. He's going to use all 24 of the clock. I have him at number 1 for those reasons. I think he can take over. I'm not going to say he can take over a game, but he can control the game like no other point guard can. Chris has averaged 20 points or more and 10 assists over 3 times in his career. He's unbelievable, and he hasn't lost a step. I know he has injury problems. I understand that. He was lost for Game 5 and the rest of the series last year where they lost in the Western Conference Finals. I understand that. But if you look at what happened when he was gone, the Rockets were a completely different team when Chris Paul left the floor. They just didn't look. They looked unorganized. They looked lost at times. They didn't look like the number 1 seeded Rockets. When Chris Paul's on the floor, they are a completely different team. I really do think if you put Chris Paul on any team, they are good enough to win to make playoffs. But overall, Chris Paul is the best point guard in the NBA for his floor general capabilities, for his game-changing abilities. I know it might be hard to understand, but for how long I've been watching Chris Paul, I know he's the best point guard in the NBA. Not because I'm a fan of him, but I really do think. I'm not looking at it at a stats point of view. I'm looking at it who represents the point guard position the best. And in my opinion, it's Chris Paul, 100%. If you guys agree with me, if you guys don't agree with me, let me know down in the comment section. I understand I understand other people's point of views, and I'll accept them. But in my opinion, Chris Paul is the best point guard in the NBA. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I was a little shaky in this video. I've been really tired the past few days. I haven't gotten much sleep, but I'm trying my best. Okay. Don't forget to hit that bell notification that way you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.